Welcome to Yoga is for Us. I hope whatever you celebrate, that you're having a wonderful holiday season as we're going through our break. We will be back doing yoga weekly starting in January. It will initially on the first week be at 8 a.m. just because of my kiddos' college basketball schedule. I want to be able to make it to the game, but it will stay at 9 a.m. for the rest of that 7 weeks until our next break. So feel free to visit all of the things that are in the library so that you can continue on your yoga journey. And remember, I will be posting classes here and there throughout the time and sending email reminders out so that you know that they're available for you to practice. Enjoy your holiday break. Happy everything. And I hope you spend wonderful quality time with your family and your loved ones, and you invest some time in your own self-care. Create your own peace this season, and then protect that peace that you create. We're going to start with a meditation this morning. So just find a seat that feels comfortable for you. And then maybe you're leaning back against a wall. Maybe you're in a chair. Maybe your sofa's behind you, just something that supports you. And just allow yourself to find a seat that feels nice and comfortable where we can stay in for just a few minutes. And then once you find that seat, allow your hands to come to your thighs or your knees. And then palms down if you want to feel grounded, if you want to feel rooted, if you're looking to feel very safe and stable and connected. Palms up if you are looking to receive and to have something be poured into you and to receive something. And so you get to choose where your hands are or how you like your hands. And then once you find that shape that feels good for you and you have your hands in a way that feels good for you, just let your eyes close. And then begin by just taking 3 breath cycles in whatever your natural breath pattern is, whatever that feels like. Inhale and exhale, however your body wants to breathe itself. And then after you finish those 3 breaths, go into 3 of those physiologic sighs. So 2 inhales and then long exhale. And then back to however your body wants to breathe itself, your normal rhythm for 3 breaths. And then back to your 3 physiologic sighs. And just as you're exhaling, see if there's anything else that you can let go of. Anything that you can relax, anything that you can find more ease in your body. Just see if there's anything else that you can find, just that little extra bit of release as you find those exhales. And then once you finish 3 to 5 cycles of your normal breath and physiologic sighs, just let yourself fall into just whatever your normal breathing pattern is. And then with your eyes closed, start to notice what your mind sees behind your eyelids. And so for some people, it's complete darkness. For some people, you have colors. For some people, you see floaters. But just start to pay attention to what it is that your mind perceives with your eyes closed, that your mind sees. And then once you get that focus and you see whatever that is, start to allow your mind to just do whatever it wants to do. Noticing what thoughts start to come, using your eyelids kind of as a movie screen, and just letting whatever thoughts come, but trying not to follow them. So if the thought comes of I have to do this today. Letting that thought come and letting that thought go, and not go down the rabbit hole of I have to do this. Well, what time do I need to do that? Where does it need to be? Well, who else is going to be there? Just let that one thought come and let that one thought go without following that thought down any rabbit holes. And just notice where your mind goes. And then often when you're first starting with meditation, your mind might seem completely blank. And that's pretty normal. Just stay here for just a few breaths. Just noticing where your mind goes without any judgment. And then when you're ready, start to allow your focus on your thoughts to fade. And then start to intentionally create a thought about a place that you feel safe, a place that you feel relaxed, a place where you really feel connected to yourself. My place is the beach during any sunrise or sunsets. And so you're welcome to come with me or go to your own space that feels safe for you. But as you start to create that space for yourself, start to imagine what your skin feels. Maybe there's a breeze. Start to imagine, if you're with me, the sand that you're seated on. Start to imagine the sound of the ocean. Start to imagine the colors that are bouncing off of the clouds. The reds, the blues, the oranges, the purples, the yellows. Every breath adding a new brushstroke of beauty. Start to imagine the reflection that you see in the water. Allow yourself feeling that peace. Allowing yourself to be very present. Allow yourself to notice new and different things about whatever your space is, or here with me. And just let yourself be right here. As you feel ready, start to allow that picture to fade. And then begin to turn your attention to a word. That word can be any word that pops into your mind when you start to think of a word that you want to create a mantra out of for your day today. My word often is peace. And as an example, my mantra becomes things like, I am peace. My mind is at peace. My body is at peace. My environment is peaceful. I am a beacon of peace to everyone I come into contact with today. And maybe your word is peace. Maybe your word is grateful. Maybe your word is joy. Maybe your word is calm. But find a word and create a 2 to 3 sentence paragraph, creating what you want from that word in your world today. And just repeat that mantra to yourself. And maybe if you're in a space where it's safe, say your mantra out loud so that you can hear it in your mind and you can hear it with your ears. And just allow yourself to let that mantra fall like seeds into your atmosphere, into your mind, so that we can create spaces for ourselves. When you're ready, finish your mantra wherever you are with it. And then take a nice deep inhale, sealing that mantra in, and exhale, letting go of all the things that might try and tell you that that's not possible for you today. Inhale, bringing that mantra in, sealing it tight. Exhale, letting go of anything that threatens that mantra. And then with your next inhale, start to allow yourself to come back to your space, feeling the temperature of the room, feeling whatever you're sitting on. And then slowly allow eyes to open. Once your eyes are open, especially if you're back near a wall, if you're not, pull yourself back against some sort of support structure where you're leaning in just a bit. Slowly bring legs up to where the feet are outside of the hips, just a bit. And then as you're here, allow your right ear to come over towards your right shoulder. Left ear comes over towards the left shoulder. And just start to find just a little bit of movement in the neck while we're supported by the wall. And then allow head to come back to center. Chin comes down to the chest. Allow the chin to trace the collarbone over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, trace the collarbone over towards the left shoulder. Then coming back and forth. Finding just these little movements. Just allowing ourselves to slowly start to become acclimated back to our space. And then bring head to center. And then allow your knees, both knees, to go over towards the right side of your space, stopping wherever feels good for you. Exhale, bring the knees over towards the left side of your space. And then on your own, find this windshield wiper movement from a seated position. Taking your time, moving with your breath, letting your hips move. However feels good for your hips right now in this space. And just taking your time here. Breathing, moving. Maybe repeating your mantra that you came up with during our meditation. And then the next time your knees come over towards the right, push yourself up to seated so that now you're in almost a 90-90. Me, I need to move my right leg up a little bit to get to a 90-90, but finding that space that is almost a 90-90, place your hands out in front of the lower part of your leg. Maybe you have a pillow or a bolster that you're placing your hands on. That's completely cool too. And then initially we're going to do just really small movements where we just hinge at our hip and lower down and lift our upper body up, keeping our back straight. Just finding just a little bit of movement. And it might not be as much movement as I'm doing, and that's completely cool. So it might be a lesser movement, but just finding that bit of movement. And then the next time you come close to the floor, letting yourself lower down to wherever your hips say yes to on the floor. So wherever that space is. And so maybe you're really close, maybe you're up high, maybe your hands are on that bolster or block. Doesn't matter, just stretching into that hip, feeling that space, whatever sensation is there. And then pushing yourself up, allowing yourself to come back onto that left hip. So now we're back into that wide leg seated stance. And then we're going to just find that windshield wiper again. Slow with your breath, finding those hips, letting them move, making it feel good, working on that hip mobility. And then the next time your hips come left, let yourself roll all the way over, coming into 90-90 on this side, planting your hands somewhere in front of the lower left leg. Find just that little bitty movement. Keeping the back straight, hinging at the hips. And then the next time your body is coming down, let yourself come down as far as your body says yes to. Finding that space, finding that stretch, allowing it to feel good in your body. And then push your upper body up, roll onto your right hip. We're coming back to where we were, but then just allow ourselves to find that crisscross applesauce seat or our easy seat. Coming back to our easy seat, allow right ear to come towards the right shoulder, left ear towards the left shoulder. Coming back to this movement, just on your breath, finding that stretch of your neck. And then bringing head back towards center, chin comes down towards chest. Allow the chin to trace the collarbone over towards the right. Exhale, trace over towards the left. And then next time you go towards the right, find that full circle all the way around. And then reverse it the opposite direction. Letting these movements be very intentional. It's easy to just get to throwing your neck in a circle, but just letting yourself do it very intentionally. Allow head come back to center. Inhale, send shoulders up towards ears, pulling them back, finding those shoulder shrugs. And then reversing your shoulder shrug, making it feel good. And then allow shoulders to come down to their natural position. Hands are on your knees or your thighs. Exhale and round your back, bringing your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, pushing your chest forward, allowing your head to fall back. Exhale, rounding the back. And just let yourself come back and forth in this cat-cow, making it feel good in your body. Just taking as much time as your body says yes to right now. Moving the spine. And then coming back to your center, your easy seat, flipping yourself over your shins, coming into your tabletop. When we get here in our tabletop, take your hands and put them out about a handprint further than you normally would with your tabletop. So hands are not directly underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to rock here. We're going to rock back like we're going to a child's pose, and then rock ourselves forward. And so rocking in our hips, And then playing with where your feet are. Maybe the toes, the big toes touch, noticing how that feels, and then allowing the feet to be in line with the knees and noticing how that feels, noticing what that sensation feels like in the body. And just let yourself just slowly rock, getting into the hips and then releasing them. And then as this feels comfortable, you may allow yourself to come to where your shoulders are over top of your wrists. So coming into more of a sort of supported plank and just allowing yourself to have this sensation. Two more wherever you are. And then coming just back to your tabletop. When you get back to your tabletop, flip your toes and send your hips up and back, coming into your first down dog. And then take just a moment, letting your head fall, releasing your neck. Maybe you bend your knees. Maybe you pedal your feet. But get into your down dog and then allow yourself to just breathe. 3 nice deep inhales and exhales. Just letting yourself be here. Not rushing to get to the next pose. Just being right here in this one. Inhale to your tippy toes. And then exhale, just push the heels down towards the earth, creating this stretch going up the backs of your legs. Inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, push the heels down towards the earth. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale, push the heels down towards the earth. Next breath, inhale to tippy toes. And then exhale, make your way to the front of your mat, finding your forward fold. Top of head is going down towards the mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Top of head is pointing towards the side room. We're trying to create a flat back that we could set a cup of water on and not spill. Exhale. Top of head comes down towards the mat. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees slightly. Circle, sweep arms up to the sky, stretching and making yourself nice and tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Heel toe feet out to the edges of your mat. And then from here, we're going to exhale, sink down into a squat. Inhale, come right back up. Exhale, sink to our squat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, stand. Exhale, squat. If this is something that is uncomfortable for you, you can put a chair back behind you and just sit down and stand up. Squat, stand, squat, stand. Beautiful. One more. Squat, stand. Heel toe feet back up underneath your hips. Circle sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows. Press your hips and chest forward. Release your head and neck. Coming into a little back bend. Inhale, hands come to the sky. Exhale, we fold forward. Bend our knees, plant our hands, step to the back of our mat. Finding our plank pose. Can be on our knees as well. Stay for a full inhale and a full exhale. And then just bring knees down to the mat and or just roll yourself a little bit forward so you're back in your tabletop. When we arrive in our tabletop, we're going to send our right foot back behind us, flexing the toes down towards the floor, finding that place of balance right there. And then we're going to take our right knee and bring our right knee in underneath our body Exhale, send the right foot long. Inhale, right knee comes in. Exhale, long. Crunch and extend. Crunch and extend. Crunch and extend. Then we're going to bring our knee in, pull it up to the side, bring the right knee towards the right elbow, straighten back out. Bring right knee in towards the elbow, straighten back out. Knee in, send it out. Knee in, send it out. Working those obliques. Knee in, send it out. One more. Come on. You guys got it. Knee in, send it out. Come back down to your tabletop. Separate knees, big toes come together. Hips come down the heels. Forehead comes to mat. Finding that child's pose for just a breath. Next breath, keeping hands where they are. Roll yourself forward, coming to that supported plank. Lower down. Push yourself back up and back to your child's pose. Yes, come on, ladies. Roll yourself back up to your supported plank. Do your push-up. Back to your child's pose. Uh-huh. Roll yourself back up. Last one. Push up. Back to your child's pose. Beautiful. Roll yourself back to your tabletop. Knees under hips. Left foot comes back behind us. Flexing the left toes. Finding your balance here. And then exhale, knee comes in. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, bring knee in. Lift the knee. Send the leg out long. Knee to elbow. Leg long. Knee to elbow. Leg long. Keep the knee up. Leg long. Knee to elbow. Leg long. Knee to elbow. Leg long. Last one. Knee to elbow. Leg long. Come back to your tabletop. Knees go the width of the mat. Big toes come together. Hips sink down to heels. Finding your child's pose. Take a couple deep breaths. And then keeping hands where they are. Roll yourself out to that supported plank. Find your push-up. Back to your child's pose. Roll yourself to supported plank. Push up, elbows in, nice and tight. Find your child's pose. Yes, one more, ladies. Roll yourself out. Push up. Back to your child's pose. Find your breath if you've lost it. And then just let yourself be right here in this space. Feeling that gratitude to your body. Feeling that sense of accomplishment for whatever you've done. Roll yourself up to your tabletop. Flip your toes. Send yourself up and back to your down dog. Take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, walk yourself up to your forward fold. Top of head points down towards the ground. Inhale to our halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, our halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep arms up to the sky, stretching and making yourself tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Allow yourself to come back to your mantra that you may have created, and or allow yourself to feel gratitude towards your body, gratitude for all the blessings that life has given to you. Next inhale, hands reach for the sky, sinking hips, bending knees, coming into your chair pose. Making sure you can wiggle your toes. because your weight is in your heels, making sure you can see your big toes. Exhale, hands come back behind you, airplane arms. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms reach for sky. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms reach for sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Shift weight to the left foot. Pick the right foot up, land it about halfway down your mat. Straighten your left leg. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Both legs are straight. Exhale, fold forward. Hands framing the left foot, keeping the left leg as straight as your body says yes to. Our pyramid pose. Finding all the sensation coming up the back of our left leg. With our next breath, bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Walk your hands around to the middle of the long edge of your mat. Pivot your feet so that all the toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. And then allow the head to release, coming into a wide leg forward fold. So sensation is up the backs of your legs. Might even get into the groin a little bit. And then with the hands on the mat, allow the toes to point towards the corners of the mat. Bend your knees as deeply as your body says yes to. Bring your upper body upright, hands come to heart center, and then allow elbows to bend, hands to stretch out. Straighten your back, roll your bottom up underneath yourself. You're coming into your goddess pose. Arms are stretched, fingers are stretched. Inhale, stretching everything up to your star pose. Exhale, sinking back down into your goddess pose. Beautiful. Inhale to your star pose. Exhale to goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Beautiful. Walk your hands around towards your left foot. Pivot all 10 toes towards the short edge of your mat. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Release your head. You're in your forward fold. Inhale up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Take a breath. Come back to your mantra. Allow yourself to feel that gratitude. Inhale, hands reach for the sky. Knees bend, hips sink back into your chair pose. Exhale, hands come behind you, airplane arms. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift weight to the right foot. Pick the left foot up, land it about halfway down your mat. Inhale to standing. Send hands to the sky. Straighten both your legs as much as your body says yes to. Exhale, fold forward, hands framing the right leg. Coming into your pyramid pose. Now I'm going to turn around just so you don't have a view of my bum for the next part. You stay just how you are. Bring both hands inside the right foot. Walk the hands to the middle of the long edge of the mat. Send both of your feet, toes pointed towards the long edge of your mat. We're in our wide leg forward fold again. Take just that moment. Maybe even take your hands and walk them back behind your feet, deepening your wide leg forward fold. And then bring hands back to center. Allow your hands to walk over towards your left foot. Shift your weight, bending your left knee, coming into a side lunge. You can't see, there you go. Now you can come all the way down if you'd like, if this is your jam for a side lunge. You can keep a hand on the mat or you can bring hands up off of the mat if that's your jam for a side lunge. Or you can stay right here. Doesn't matter. Find your side lunge. Hang out there for 3 breaths. And then slowly walk your hands back towards the center. Allow the hands to come back behind the feet, deepening your wide leg forward fold. Bring hands back towards the center. Walk your hands over towards your right foot, bending your right knee. You can stay right here in your side lunge, or you can come all the way down. You can keep hands on the floor, or you can bring one hand or both hands up. You get to decide. Stay wherever you are for 3 breaths. And then push yourself back up, walking hands back towards center and walking your hands back towards the back of the room. Finding that wide leg forward fold. Then bringing hands back towards the front, walking your hands towards your right foot, pivoting right foot towards the short edge of your mat. Left foot pivots towards the short edge of your mat. Bringing both feet up together, finding your forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Plant your hands, step to the back of your mat, finding your plank on your toes or on your knees. Stay for 1 full breath, and then bring knees down to your mat. Allow both knees to come over to one side of your mat. Let your hips come down, swing your legs around. Inhale, hands to the sky, legs are straight. Exhale, fold forward. Hands can come to feet, to thighs, to knees, to shins, to whatever your body says yes to. Next breath, release whatever you're holding on to. Bend your right knee, bring your right foot into your left thigh. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over your extended left leg. Release whatever you're holding on to. Take your right foot, cross it over your left leg. Left upper arm goes towards the right knee, might be your left lower arm. Right hand comes back behind you. Using this arm, push towards the knee, finding that twist. Making it feel good in your body. Next breath, releasing the twist, coming back forward, allowing right foot and left foot to meet, and then left knee bends. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over your right leg. And then release anything you're holding on to. Allow upper body to stack back up. Take your left foot, cross it over your right leg. Right arm comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand plants behind you. Right arm pushes against the left knee. Finding that twist. Keeping your back as straight as you can so that we're twisting the spine, but not while it's rotated, not while it's bent as well. Next breath, release the arm, allow the legs to meet, then bend both knees, hands come to toes, and then keeping back as straight as possible, let your nose come down towards your toes, a little or a lot. We're looking for sensation in the groin. So finding that place. And so then maybe you want to come down a lot and get a lot of sensation, or maybe your body says no to that. Back it up. It's completely okay. Find the place that feels the best for you right now. Then release the toes, allow the knees to come together, and then Slowly start to lower yourself down to where you start to feel your belly engage, okay? Allow hands to come out. I don't think we've done boat pose before, but we're going to try it today. And you can keep your feet on the ground, or you can lift your lower legs parallel to the floor, or you can send everything all the way up if you'd rather. I tend to like to be here. Don't let yourself round in. Keep the chest nice and proud. Holding wherever you've chosen, holding for 5 breaths. So engage those abdominal muscles. You see me trembling? That's because I am pulling those abdominal muscles in nice and tight. Holding, holding, holding. And then slowly letting yourself lower down towards the ground. Taking your time. And then letting everything come to your mat. When you get here, bring knees up towards the ceiling and find those windshield wipers. Feet are together. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Making those movements nice and big, nice and slow. And then the next time your knees come over towards your right, letting the knees fall down towards the mat, keeping the upper body on the mat as much as possible. Finding this twist. Letting your gaze go whichever direction feels good on your neck. And just letting yourself just breathe. Letting yourself feel that gratitude. Letting yourself feel that self-love, that appreciation. Acknowledging yourself. And then allowing knees to come back to center. Finding that windshield wiper. Nice and big. Nice big movements. And then the next time you lean towards your left, letting the knees come all the way down to the mat on the left. Keeping the arms on the mat, trying to have both shoulders stay as close to the mat as possible if not in contact with the mat. Letting yourself feel that release with your breath, releasing any tightness. Letting yourself find some ease. Next breath, bring knees back to center. And then bring knees in towards your chest. Hands come to the knees, okay? And then from here, we're gonna take our hands and let our hands help us guide our knees out in circles. They're going out first and then coming back in. So guiding the knees, find these circles of your knees where they're going away from each other. And then when the knees come back to center, start by pushing the knees out and then starting the circle that way. So reversing the circle from where we had it before. Getting all in the movement of the hips today. We did a lot last week too, didn't we? And then allowing knees to come in, feet come to the floor, heel toe feet to the edges of your mat. Knees come in. Next inhale, both knees go to the right. Exhale, both knees go to the left. Allowing yourself to find your windshield wipers here. Making the movements as big as your body says yes to. Feeling the stretch as the knees are coming towards the floor. Noticing how it feels different. Noticing how the sensation is different. And then with your next breath, bringing knees back to center, heel toeing feet back together, allowing soles of feet to come together, allowing knees to go opposite direction. Initially, letting both of your knees rock up and down, getting a little bit of butterfly movement. And then allowing knees to be still and allow yourself to rock from your pelvis. So finding this pelvic rock in your butterfly. And then allowing everything to be still and coming into your reclined butterfly. Giving yourself just a few breaths to find a little bit more stretch, a little more sensation, a little more relaxation in the groin. And just letting yourself be right here in this space. Their next breath, bring the knees back together. Then we're going to take our right ankle, crossing it over our left thigh. And you can stay right here if that's what your jam is. Or take your hands and go through the space and find the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin, pulling everything in towards you. And then let yourself roll or shift your weight a little bit more towards your left. That just opens up into the hip just a little bit more, creating just a bit more sensation. And just let yourself hang out right here for just a few breaths. Feeling that stretch, letting it feel good in your body. And then release your hands. If they're holding on to anything, let the left foot come down to the mat. And then send everything over to the left, finding just one more twist here. Noticing how it feels the same or different. Seeing if there's any parts of this twist that you can relax just a little bit more. Next breath, rolling back onto the back, allowing the right foot to find the ground. Left ankle crosses over right thigh, can stay right here, or hands go through the space, finding the back of the right thigh or the front of the right shin. And then shift your weight a little bit more towards the right. Just settling in. Continuing to breathe. And then release what you're holding on to. Right foot comes to the ground. Everything shifts over towards the right. Finding our last twist. Next breath, roll back onto the back. Allow left foot to come down to the mat. And then bring knees into the chest. Allow hands to find the inside or the outside of your feet, coming into your happy baby. And maybe your happy baby wants to rock side to side. Maybe your happy baby wants to do one leg straddles. Maybe you want to do both leg straddles. Just allow yourself to do whatever your body says yes to. Getting just the last bit of wiggles out. And then when you're ready, releasing the feet, allowing knees to come into the chest and feet to come down to the floor. And then let feet stretch all the way to the end of your mat, allowing your hands to land wherever feels good for you. Allow your eyes to close. And then take 3 nice deep breaths. With each exhale, letting yourself sink deeper into your mat, letting your body relax just a little bit more. And let yourself just melt down into your mat, allowing your focus to drift away. Allow my voice to invite you back to your space. But before we invite movement, allow a hand to come to belly and a hand to come to chest. And then come back to the mantra that you created during our meditation. Mine was that I am peace. My mind is at peace. My body is at peace. My environment is peaceful. And I am a beacon of peace to everyone I come in contact with. Whatever yours was, repeat your mantra to yourself 3 times. And then take a nice deep inhale, sealing in your mantra. And a nice long exhale, letting go of all of the things that go against your mantra or that aren't going to help your mantra be true today. Fear, criticism, judgment, unrealistic expectations, whatever those things are, just let those things go. And then, whenever you're ready, start to allow small movements, eventually rolling to your side and taking just a few breaths to just send yourself some gratitude. Send yourself some self-love. Send yourself some appreciation. And then whenever you're ready, allowing yourself to find your seat, keeping eyes heavy or closed, taking a nice deep inhale together as a community. And in our exhale, letting go of fear and expectations and all those things that want us to remain in the same places that we were in 2024 as we start to prepare for 2025. Take another inhale, filling up with all of those things that you want in 2025. Exhale, letting go of anything that's going to prevent you from those things and realizing that a lot of the things we need to let go of are things we're doing to ourselves. One more inhale, bringing all of those things, those good things, those positive things that we want to take with us into 2025. Exhale, letting go. of those things that are not helpful to us. And then with your next inhale, bringing hands to heart center, however you like to get them there. Pressing your thumb into the bone of the center of your chest. Exhale, chin to chest, bowing into yourself. May each of us be happy. May each of us be healthy. May each of our lives overflow with love and gratitude and peace. May each of us take time to shine kindness on every soul we meet, including our own. May we make it a priority to make peace with our pieces this week. Namaste. Thank you for joining me again this week. Just a reminder, this is the last live class for this session. We will be restarting January the 18th. It will be at 8 o'clock for that session due to a basketball game. Also, I will be dropping meditations and classes and things into our website. So feel free to frequently visit our website. I've already taped one that is just doing some exercise and movement in a chair. And so that you can take it with you anywhere. You can do it at holiday dinner if you want to. Have a wonderful holiday season. I hope you enjoy everything that you celebrate. And if you don't have any specific holiday that you're celebrating, I hope you enjoy your time off that your job is going to give you off of work during this season and just enjoy your family.